The first time Abigail heard his voice, it came through the wall like a secret. He was singing to his daughter, soft, imperfect, completely unafraid of being heard, and her heart reacted before her caution could catch up. She had moved into this apartment to start all over. She didn't expect the first thing that felt like home to belong to someone who had already built one before. And when the power flickered back on, she found herself standing in the hallway outside his door, asking a question she wasn't ready to answer. Can I step into a story that didn't start with me?
Good night, Abigail.
The lights had gone out at 8:47 p.m. 1 second, the Brooklyn brownstone buzzed with city noise. The next, darkness. Okay, Abigail muttered, striking a match. Atmosphere. The candlelight flickered across unpacked boxes and half-hung fairy lights. Rain tapped steadily against the tall windows. Her grandmother's quilt wrapped around her shoulders like reassurance. Then she heard it. Through her bedroom wall, a man's voice. Great is thy faithfulness, morning by morning. A child interrupted him with a giggle. Daddy, that's not the tune. Abigail froze. The melody wasn't polished. It cracked slightly, but it was steady. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. Her throat tightened. She hadn't realized how loud the silence in this apartment had been until that voice filled it. Without fully deciding to, she stepped into her bedroom and pressed her palm lightly against the wall. Keep singing, she called softly. Some of us are eavesdropping. A pause, then a low laugh. You can hear that? Thin walls, and for the record, you're doing great. A whispering shuffle, sheets rustling. Lily, the little girl announced proudly, I'm 5. Abigail, she answered, smiling at the wall. Caleb, he added. His name landed steady. Rain deepened outside, but something in the room felt warmer now. You just move in? He asked. Yesterday. Welcome to the building's finest blackout experience. She laughed. The sound surprised her. They talked in fragments, through drywall, through darkness. Chicago, fresh start, cancer, 2 years ago. Lily was 3. I'm sorry, Abigail said quietly. Yeah, he replied after a moment. Me too. On the other side, Lily yawned dramatically. Go to sleep, baby, he murmured. The tenderness in his voice wasn't performative, it was practiced. Abigail swallowed. Earlier that morning, she had underlined Lamentations 3 in her Bible without knowing why. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed. His mercies are new every morning. Morning by morning. Through the wall, he hummed it again. When the lights finally surged back on, the refrigerator roared awake. The spell broke. But Abigail didn't move. Not at first. Then she stood, walked into the hallway. His door was 3 steps away. 3. Her hand lifted halfway. You don't know him, but you know his gentleness. You don't know if you're ready for something this real. From inside, she heard him whisper, I'm here, baby. That sentence stopped her, not because it was romantic, because it was proven. He had loved someone deeply, and that love didn't disappear. It lived here, in this apartment, in that child. If she knocked, she wasn't entering potential. She was entering history. Her hand lowered. Good night, Caleb, she called softly. Good night, Abigail. He said her name like he intended to remember it. Morning brought silver light over Brooklyn and the smell of damp flowers at the market. Abigail reached for white ranunculus when she heard it. Morning mercies? She turned. Caleb. Real. Taller than she imagined. Kind eyes holding something older than their age. Lily gripped his hand, blueberry muffin crumbs across her cheek. You're the wall singer, Abigail said. "And you're the critic," he replied. Lily studied her. "Daddy sings better when he's happy." Abigail's smile faltered just slightly. Happy. They shared hot chocolate at a metal cafe table while the city rushed around them. Lily talked about giraffes. Caleb listened like every word mattered. Abigail watched the way his thumb brushed crumbs from Lily's cheek. Her chest tightened, not from jealousy, from weight. This is a whole life, she thought. A whole love that existed before me. Lily looked up suddenly. Mommy liked snow better than rain. The word landed gently. Mommy. Caleb's eyes softened, but didn't break. Abigail held her cup steady even though her pulse shifted. She didn't say anything. She just felt the reality settle. That night, the apartment was quiet again, but not hollow. Abigail sat cross-legged on her bed, journal open on her lap. The candle burned lower now. The gold cross at her neck caught the soft light as she bowed her head. She wrote slowly, "Lord, I asked you to help me wait well. I didn't know waiting could end like this." She paused. Through the wall, faint laughter drifted. Caleb reading a bedtime story. She pressed her pen harder against the page. If this is something, I'm scared. Not because he loved before, but because he can love like that. She closed her eyes. "God," she whispered, voice barely audible, "I don't want to compete with a memory, and I don't want to be afraid of one either." Silence filled the room. Then a memory surfaced. Ephesians 1:4. He chose us in him before the foundation of the world. Chosen. Before chapters. Before comparisons. Before timelines. Her breathing slowed. This wasn't about being first. It was about being secure. She placed her palm lightly against the wall again. Not claiming, not retreating, just present. "Teach me how to love without needing to be irreplaceable," she whispered. On the other side, Caleb's voice drifted soft and steady, morning by morning. Abigail closed her journal. For the first time, the question wasn't, "Will he choose me?" It was, "Am I brave enough to step into something that doesn't need me to be the only one?" And somewhere in the quiet, that felt like growth. If this episode felt personal, comment one word, secure or hesitant. And if you want to see what happens next.
Hey everyone, I'm Maya. Get ready for my story in episode 3. It's going to be unforgettable.